Before this all begins, I would like to take some time to explain what exactly is Keeneland. Now, if you're not familiar with Lexington, Kentucky, much like myself, I am positive you have heard crowds of people mention Keeneland. So what is Keeneland? Well, first off, Keeneland is a thoroughbred horse racing track and thoroughbred horse auctioning park located on Versailles Road in Lexington, Kentucky. The history of Keeneland begins in 1933, when the historic Kentucky Association track near downtown Lexington closed, leaving the horse capital of the world without a racetrack for the first time in more than 100 years. However, there were many goals of trying to bring Lexington a new horse park. A volunteer committee in the midst of the Great Depression brought many ideas and decided to use Jack Keene's property, partly because he was willing to sell his land for less than market value. Keeneland would first open its gates on October 15, 1936. More than 8,000 patrons attended the first meet. The idea of Keeneland was to create a racetrack for Kentucky's thoroughbred tradition and have a non-profit community project where proceeds would be placed back into the horsemen, improvements in the facility, and the rest donated to charities. In the 1940s, World War II slowed the races down, and Keeneland had to close its gates for 2 years because of the shortages. Yet, the races were rescheduled at the Churchill Downs for the time being. By 1945, the doors reopened and a new feature to the park was another huge hit, auctioning the horses. Keeneland continued to expand and grow from the 1950s onward. Renovations occurred over time with additions to the facility because of the rising amount of people attending. In the 1960s, Keeneland experienced the first $1 million sale. In the 1970s, it was considered to be the decade of the thoroughbred racing. Soon more expansions occurred. Many barns were built up, there were more seating arrangements, the safety rail was renovated to replace an old aluminum safety rail, and more land was purchased. Keeneland's popularity continues to expand even though the races are held 2 times a year, once in the fall, once in the spring. When it comes to Keeneland's auctions, there's quite a diverse clientele with buyers from nearly every state and even over 48 countries from all around the world attend. So it was rather a mystery to our group to why people come to Keeneland. There are horses and there are people. What's so special about that? For the horse capital of the world, Keeneland offers Lexington, Kentucky a traditional normative culture which respectively allows the community to thrive and prosper. In other words, if there were no horse racing, then many traditions with thoroughbred horse farming would be lost. Also, many community projects would not have happened, much like additions to the St. Joseph's Hospital, and even helping the University of Kentucky with building dormitories for students. So horse racing has an extended communal effort in preserving and renovating Lexington. Evidently, one of the main attractions, the thoroughbred horse, has been an unmentionable character to Keeneland's success. Some horses are displayed as show attractions, whereas a number of horses race. When I had my first interaction at Keeneland, you could not forget the crowds of people leaning over the gates of the racetrack to look and appreciate these marvelous, beautiful creatures. Children are typically the ones who adore the horses the most, but even adults travel to just see the horses' elegant trot through the tracks. On one such occasion, I ran into a devoted horse admirer who had been taking numerous photos of the horses. Before the initial interview, I learned that she had traveled throughout the world to just watch the horses. Her dedication sparked an immediate sensation towards her recognition. I first asked her, what makes people come to Keeneland?
I think Keeneland's become a party place. It's really the place to see and be seen in the spring. There's good racing going on. You're finally getting away from winter, so it's warm and nice out. And I think the majority of the people here are not big horse racing fans, though. They're more out here for the event.
What makes you come to Keeneland?
I love the horses. I'm one of the rare exceptions out here.
And what makes you go around the world and look at all the horse races that you do?
I just love to see a good horse. I mean, we've been blessed with some really good race mares in the U.S. the last few years that really get the blood thumping and the heart pounding. And there was a real good horse in England called Frankel the last 2 years, unbeaten, untested. And when he ran, it was just like, oh my God, when you saw him. I saw him 4 times, and 2 of the trips were made specifically to see him race. Literally a weekend to London. I flew out on a Thursday night, flew home on Sunday just to watch a 2.5-minute horse race.
That's amazing.
Although horses are an attraction to some people, many young adults, as she mentioned, come to party. As one walks through the parking lots, and even throughout the rest of Keeneland, many tailgate parties and inebriated individuals can be viewed. It is sadly one of the few flaws Keeneland shows, so it wouldn't be unusual to see people act like so.
Hello, my name is Stephanie Barnes. My name is Morgan. Oh my God. And we love Keeneland.
What do you like about it?
The hot dogs. They sell popcorn here. I think I like the popcorn and the horses. The horses are really pretty. And I love all the pretty dresses.
Do you like Keeneland or Churchill Downs better?
I mean, I'm from Louisville, so therefore I kind of love Churchill Downs because I love Louisville, you know? Keeneland is a lot more class, you know? Yeah, Churchill Downs is way too ratchet. Way too ratchet.
Happy birthday.
Woo! It's my birthday!
Besides of a few drunk encounters, the rest of Keeneland should not be ignored because of this trait. There are many beautiful traits to Keeneland that make this place special. We wanted other perspectives. What do people think of when people come to Keeneland?
I like it. This is actually my first time. I've never been to like an actual horse race before, so it's nice. I like it. I made some bets and lost some money.
Did you win?
No.
We only lost 10 cents though.
Right.
That's not that bad.
No, not at all.
Okay.
I really like just the atmosphere. It's one of the nicer racetracks, and I really just like to come and like sit outside and enjoy the atmosphere. I'm not a better, so.
I think it's an attractive place to come. It's a lot of fun, and a lot of people here, and it's a real fun atmosphere. We have the beautiful horses, and the installation is just it's lovely. It's one of the nicest racetracks in America.
So why do people come to Keeneland?
Well, it's a great place to come to. It's a fun place, and racing is obviously the horse capital of the world here, and it's just a lot of fun to come on the weekends and during the week. Enjoy yourself.
Good. So why do you like Keeneland?
I like Keeneland because I just enjoy watching horse racing. Even though I'm not much of a big fan of horse racing unless if I watch the Kentucky Derby, which it happens on the first Saturday of May. But I like Keeneland because it's great weather, beautiful weather. People having fun, having a good time. There's people betting money, but then again, people don't. They're just here to watch, have a good time. Just have themselves a chit chat.
Do you place wagers?
No, not really. I'm not really much of a horse racing better. Okay. I don't like taking chances and feeling like if I'm thinking like if the horse is gonna win, but then again they're not, then you lose on your money.
Right here representing the SEC.
Yeah. And there goes my fans. And yes, by the way, my name is Stone Cold Willow, and I am the Kentucky Rattlesnake, and that's the bottom line.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
I've been down to, before I even came to UK, I've been to Keeneland a few times, and back home I used to go to Turfway Park. Horse racing is just fun. I like betting, and especially on college day, there's just tons and tons of girls everywhere. Just a fun environment. Yeah. And I love dressing up, love looking nice.
Another basic feature to the idea of horse racing is wagering, betting, risk, a battle of chance, or if you want to get fancy, parlay. All these ideas convey an interest in money. It should be brought to attention that there are flaws to gambling, typically if the gambling is excessive. I encountered an elder gentleman who did not wish to be interviewed. He did provide much information to his addiction to gambling. He stated he had been coming to Keeneland since 1963 and has always appreciated the beautiful park. However, he lost his job twice to General Motors because of his gambling addiction. His story was amazing, and only can wish everyone heard what I heard. But coincidentally, gambling can have bad aspects. But gambling can have benefits. Many proceeds of the gambling goes towards the community and even those who are involved in the race. The race is one of the quickest minutes to pass by. Adrenaline is fervent, and initially, even the disc jockey strives for victory. We were able to receive a few moments to interview a 2003-2004 Kentucky Derby winner, and we wanted to hear and share their contributions.
Can you tell me what you do here?
I'm a jockey, professional jockey, ride horses.
How long have you been riding horses?
I've been riding horses for 13 years.
Why do you choose to ride horses?
It's in the blood. My cousin used to be a jockey in Puerto Rico, and he was actually the leading jockey for many years. And I was a kid. I was 4 years old, and I used to go to the track in Puerto Rico for a long time. So it was, it's been in the blood, and that was my dream to become a jockey.
So are you originally from Puerto Rico?
Yes.
Where do you live now?
Now I live in Kentucky. I rode in New York. I became a jockey in America, though, and I rode in New York from 2000 to 2010, and I've been in Kentucky for a year now.
Now, how often do you race?
We race all year round, 5 days a week. Yes.
Now, what's your favorite thing about racing?
Winning, passing horses, or going to the front and never get caught.
Keeneland's opportunities towards the general public and even their employees has created a great social atmosphere where the tradition is to have a great time. Another interesting tradition that cannot be forsaken is the fashionable dressed-up patrons who attend. Keeneland is practically sundresses, sun hats, and sunglasses galore. People dress up to initially be recognized, but if you forget to dress up, no worries. There are shops all around Keeneland where you can readjust your attire. The shop may be a reason to why people dress up, primarily selling expensive articles of clothing, but the concept of dressing up in such a traditional Southern etiquette was intriguing, and we had to ask people, why do people dress nice when they come to Keeneland?
I don't know. I went to school at UK, and that was just kind of what we all did. I think it just kind of caught on from there. I don't know. And it's one of the few places you do get to dress up and sit outside, so maybe that's why.
So why do people dress nice when they come to Keeneland?
It's just basically been a family tradition that through the years, from like their grandfather to the moms, dads, now to the young ones, it's been a tradition through the years to wear a hat. The ladies wear their hats, men the caps, sport coats, ties, suits, what have you. And it's just been that way through time, and it continues on through today.
Dress nice when they come to Keeneland?
Well, it's a fashion statement out here, especially during the first of the spring race meet, and it's a tradition that we do, and people just like to dress up and come here because it's a special place.
Well, I think that's a tradition, to dress up and wear a fancy hat and come and show yourself off and see and be seen, and it's just part of the party atmosphere.
So much like dressing up, going to Keeneland has become a tradition for thousands of individuals. Another aspiring aspect of what makes Keeneland attractive, besides our elaborate recreational areas, are the wonderful people you can meet. Keeneland is very socially influenced, and there are many things that are hard to forget.
You're going to ask you a question.
All right, now what's your favorite part of Keeneland?
What's your favorite part of this place?
You can scream it if you want to. What's your favorite part of Keeneland?
Yell it.
I don't want to.
Okay, you don't have to. You don't have to.
The horses.
What do you like about the horses?
Them won.
When they win?
You like the winning horses?
Yeah. And what do you say when they win? Yell it. Go. What about that? He will. Quinn, come here. Quinn.
Quinn. Go back in real quick. We have to ask a question.
Come here. Come here. He's gonna ask a question. What's your favorite part?
What's your favorite thing? What's your favorite thing about here?
To the horses to win.
What do you say when they're running?
Go to sit.
Go 2-6. Say go. Run.
Go 2-6.
Do it.
Go 1-2-6.
So as we departed, we knew we could not forget our Keeneland experience. The friendly atmosphere, the beautiful scenery, and the alluring horses all made the trip worthwhile. Further on, we were able to understand why people from all over the United States and world come to Keeneland. As a major contributor to the foundings of Keeneland, Hal Price Headley said, "We want a place where those who love horses can come and picnic with us and thrill to the sport of the bluegrass. We are not running a race plant to hear the click of the neutral machines. We want them to come out here to enjoy God's sunshine, fresh air, and watch horses race."
I have a few questions.
Okay, shoot for the sky.
Okay, how does it feel to run a race?
Well, Mac, I hope you don't mind if I call you Mac, but the race is exhilarating. Except the jockeys. They can be quite a pain to the horse's patoot.
What is your favorite thing about winning?
Personally, the more wins, the more carrots.
What's your opinion on whipping horses?
I am all about it, but I'm more sadistic than most horses. You may have seen me in Seabiscuit, a passion to interspecies erotica.